Hi, my name is Tiberius Claudius Copidognius. I want to tell you how I moved from living in a hut to the most amazing palace in all of Britain. My dad was king of the Regni tribe in Britain, but he was sucking up to the Romans big time. When my dad was overthrown, the Romans used it as an excuse to invade Britain to sort things out. As the rightful king of the Regni, I could help the Roman invasion by giving them a friendly base, complete with a good harbour for their ships. My loyal help even got a big mention in the history book about the Roman invasion, written by the historian Tacitus. This is what my old house looked like. British tribes were always fighting each other, so we needed to either live in a hill fort or have one nearby where we could go in times of trouble. I need to tell you that, while there was a great view from the top, it's not much fun living on the top of a hill. It was always windy and cold, and the nearest water was at the bottom of the hill, so every drop needed to be carried up in pots. My old house was warm and cosy inside, even on a cold day. A fire for cooking and warmth was burning all the time, but the smoke didn't bother us. The high roof meant that the smoke rose high above our heads. There was also a clever gap at the top of the little walls that gave fresh air without a cold draft. The biggest problem was that it was dark, and everything was done in that one busy room. There was never any privacy. Things like washing and going to the toilet were, shall we say, basic. Our clothes were warm and sensible for a cold, wet country like Britain. Thick woolen trousers, tunics and cloaks. After the Roman soldiers finally left their base camp near my harbour, my loyal help to Rome was rewarded. I still rule over my old tribe, but now I am the Roman governor. I was also given a new home, an amazing Roman palace. No more mud huts for me. I tell you, it is huge. My palace is built like a huge square, with a big garden in the middle, planted with clipped hedges and flowers around a big lawn. No one in Britain has ever lived like this before. Anyone coming to see me must walk through the gateway and cross the big garden. Then they climb up some steps and enter a big hall. There are so many rooms in my palace, I still can't believe it. Every room has these amazing tiled mosaic floors with all kinds of patterns and colours and pictures. The stone walls of my palace are all smoothly plastered and brightly painted. And the furniture! I have couches and cupboards and beds and chairs and, well, pretty much everything you have. It is a long way from sitting and sleeping on a pile of animal skins in the dark corner of a Celtic hut. When it's cold, my slaves just like the underfloor heating. There are rooms with floors built over pillars. Fires outside the house feed warm air underneath the floor that makes the room toasty warm, but without me having to breathe in the smoke. Then there's the bathroom. I even have a sauna. No more carrying water in pots. The water comes into the house through pipes. It is luxury beyond anything ever seen in Britain before. I even have indoor toilets. Before the Romans came, I used to have to go and poo under a bush, even if it was pouring with rain. My toilet paper used to be, well, whatever leaf was to hand. Now I have a proper toilet with a seat, and I clean my bottom with a clean wet sponge on a stick. My garden does not just grow flowers. My gardeners have planted the latest fruit trees and grapevines for wine. We are growing vegetables and herbs for food, more herbs for medicines, and even more plants to dye our fabrics in the latest bright colours. Roman clothes are simple: a tunic with a warm cloak. We don't have buttons, so everything is held together by fibula. They're a kind of fancy safety pin. A toga is only worn for very posh occasions, as it's not a very sensible thing to wear. I must confess, on cold days, I do miss my Celtic warm woolly trousers. Of course, to run a big palace on this scale, it needs slaves, lots of them. Cooking, cleaning, gardening. Slaves do pretty much everything. Slaves are cheap and expendable, apart from the clever ones that have been trained to do the special jobs. Not far from my palace is my new Roman town and capital, Noviomagus. I ordered a temple to the gods Neptune and Minerva to be built there. I made sure that there was a big marble notice put by the door to give me all the credit. Noviomagus also has a public baths, an amphitheatre and a basilica. Would you like to come and visit my house? Come to Fishbourne Roman Palace, near Chichester. You will be amazed.